Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about all the manicures that I wore for the month of April. I have lots to talk about today. We wore a record-breaking number of manicures and even more polishes than we did for the month of March. It is going to be a lengthy video. For the first manicure, I did a little bit of like nail art. I wore 3 polishes from Essie. We have Essie's Ride The Soundwave, Essie It's High Time, Essie's Licorice, and then I paired it with Morgan Taylor Arctic Freeze. This was a manicure I had initially wanted polka dots, but I didn't want to fiddle with it, so I decided to kind of do like a paint splatter type of design on the white nail, which was my ring finger. I loved it. I did make the mistake and add Essie's Licorice. I feel like just using the 2 Essie polishes to coordinate with what I had on already would have probably been the best choice, but I decided to go ahead and put a little bit of Essie Licorice on the nail as well. And I'm not sure if I liked it as well with the black. It was fun. I couldn't stop staring at my nails. It was definitely a fun one. Maybe not quite what I had expected it to be, but I think it worked well enough. When I do like a paintbrush design, I take as much polish off the brush as I can and just lightly apply it in certain spots. So the next one was a dark and vampy manicure. I wore Nails Inc. Speedy Gloss Time for Trafalgar Square, paired with a untried topper from Watcha called Fairy Wing. This was absolutely stunning. I could not stop staring at my nails. I posted it to Instagram and everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I'm like, I have to agree. It is so beautiful. That topper from Watcha has been an untried in my collection for well over a year, and I am so excited that I was finally able to wear it. It paired beautifully with this dark navy blue polish. It was top-notch, one of my favorites. For the next one, this actually was one that was a no-go for me. I didn't like the combo, and I had some issues with the polishes. So I wore 2 from Wildflower Lacquer, one called Gemini and one called Thankful 2.0. These were, again, untrieds, and they were on my spring rack, so I wanted to wear them. Gemini is my zodiac sign, so I got that polish when she released it for that reason, but it looks terrible on my skin tone. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to it. Is to put them aside, maybe reach for them later. I'm hoping with the summer coming I can get a little bit more of a tan and maybe that'll look a little better on me, but it just didn't go together. I did like Thankful 2.0. It was super shifty, but this combination together looked terrible. I was not feeling it. And I didn't get the polishes to dry. I think I just rushed through the application. They didn't dry in between coats like they should have, and I think that was my fault. The next one, I did Salon Perfect Berry Freeze, paired with Glam Polish Royal Bling. I love a good light baby blue polish, and Berry Freeze was one that I had not yet worn. Absolutely adore that polish. That is from the Salon Perfect Dippin' Dots collection. If you have it and possibly haven't wore it, I would suggest pulling it out because you're not going to be disappointed. It is such a beautiful polish. The topper from Glam Polish applied beautifully. It is a beautiful royal blue glitter with gold micro glitters, I believe. I think they're something along those lines. It is a really beautiful, stunning topper. For the next one, I did a similar manicure to what I did in the summer of 2022. I wore mostly China Glaze. We have Kid in a Candy Store, 2 Yacht to Handle, Nails Inc. Speedy Gloss in Willa, which is a new white cream polish that I recently picked up, and then KB Shimmer. It's their black, and I can't think of the name of the black one off the top of my head. I don't have it wrote on here. Total Eclipse, I think. I think that's the name of that one. And then I did polka dots with the black, the pink, and the like bluish green. I think This one's on its last leg because it's so low with the amount of polish that's in here. It didn't apply like it did the first time I wore it in 2022, and it's been sitting, and I thought, is it time to destash that one? I love that color, so I either have to buy a replacement or just go without. I did also use China Glaze Fairy Dust to go over the green or the blue and the pink nails like I've done before. That is one of my favorite combinations. The next one I ended up being contacted from Jambelina here on YouTube. Her YouTube is Jambelina's World. She's on Instagram under that same name. She contacted me through Instagram asking if we wanted to do like a twin manicure and what polishes I would like to wear, and I said, let's reach for some bee's knees. We had difficulties trying to pair the same polishes. Some polishes I wanted to wear, she didn't have. So we settled on two that we both had, which is Bee's Knees Lacquer. I want to say it's called Aurelian. I could be wrong, and I apologize. And then we use Bee's Knees Lacquer Wheelwalker. Both of these polishes were applied in 2 coats. I did use a glitter grabber and then a quick dry top coat from Victorian Varnish. All of that will be listed down below. While this was a pretty manicure, I did not like it on me. I know that Jambelina loved it. She fell in love with it. She put it on her Instagram, and it looked great on her. On me, I was not a fan. The polishes from Bee's Knees were a little hard to apply. They are that reflective glitter type polish, and it was not easy to apply. My nails were little short nubbies at the time, and that didn't help, but it was pretty. I just didn't really care for it on me, honestly. It just wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. It was super duper shifty, which you'll see here in the pictures, but I wasn't in love with it, and I'm not quite sure why. The polishes are beautiful, but they just applied a little difficultly and just didn't quite look great on me personally. So for the next one, I wore Painted Polish, We Scare Because We Care, ORLY's Ripple Effect, and ORLY Morning Dew. Both ORLY polishes are from their spring collection that I did get sent in PR. I had not worn either one of these, and the Painted polish had flakies in it. It's a white Crowley with gorgeous flakies. They are blue to green to purple, I think, and I wanted to pair something with it that would go with what the flakies looked like. So ORLY polishes were perfect for that. Those polishes are gorgeous. Ripple Effect has got to be one of my favorites. It is a beautiful blue that has some purple shimmer in it. Anyway, this was a fun one. I loved all the polishes. They were opaque in 2 coats. Morning Dew did take 3 coats. Ripple Effect is a 2-coater, and then Painted Polish, We Scare Because We Care is a 2 to 3-coater for that one. Next, we have a polish that, or a manicure that I did not like. I have a polish from Glam called Life Under the Sea is Better. It is a blue Crowley with multicolored glitters. I wanted to use polishes that matched the glitters, and my husband helped me pick polishes from my spring rack, and I just didn't like it. I wore ORLY's Sea Blossom, LA Colors, Dream Chaser, Rogue Lacquer, Broken Hearted, Polish, Long Story Short. So that allowed me to use 5 polishes, but I just didn't care for the combo. I loved all the polishes except Long Story Short wasn't my favorite, and Glam's Life Under the Sea is Better was not my favorite. The formula on that one was awful. It was very thin. It was a 3-coater. I had to work to get the glitters out. I was not a fan. I don't know if I'm going to keep that polish. It may end up getting destashed here very soon. It was not a polish that I liked. I didn't care for how it looked. The manicure just didn't look good because of that polish. But my favorite picks for this were ORLY Sea Blossom. I paired that with LA Colors Dream Chaser, which is part of their color shifting line, topper line, or the glazed line. I'm not sure which. I put that over the pink to kind of give it that shimmer look that the other polishes had, and I loved it. But the polish from Rogue, the Broken Hearted, I think it's Broken Hearts, something like that. It is a beautiful green shimmer. I loved that polish on me, surprisingly. Didn't think I was going to like it, and I really, really loved it. So the next one I wore, I had to go over and look and see what polishes I wore because I didn't write all the names down on here. So I wore Essie's You're Scentsational, which is an untried from the spring collection for last year. Zoya Rocky, which is also an untried. That is a really pretty tealy blue cream. The Amazing Super Pup from Dom. I got this in HHC and knew I had to wear it. It is a beautiful white crowley with yellow and blue green glitters in a multitude of sizes. This is gorgeous. There's also some black micro glitters in there. So I was trying to match the glitters again like I've been doing for the month of April. I loved it. I used Monarch Lacquer's Color Boost, which is a white color boosting base coat. I used that over the Dom nail polish. So I did one coat of Dom nail polish over the Color Boost. That will be listed down below. It will be an affiliate link for that product. I do earn commission when you purchase using that link, but that does help support me and my channel. So if you use that, I thank you so much. And then I got a new topper in the mail from Emily DeMolly. You guys will be seeing that video here in the next couple weeks. This is called Black the Night, and it is a black micro glitter topper. I put it over a couple of the nails that just needed a little extra something, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It is beautiful. If you don't have the topper from Emily DeMolly, Rogue Lacquer's is very similar. Theirs is a flaky. This is like an actual micro glitter topper. The glitter to base ratio is perfect. I didn't have to thin it out at all. It applied beautifully, so I definitely recommend that one, and I think they're only about $10 for these toppers, so highly recommend them. For the next one, I had a new polish from Nailed It from PPU that is called Sweet Scent. I wanted to wear that when it was on my spring rack, but I didn't want to wear it by itself. It's sheer, and I knew I needed to put an undie underneath this one. So I went through my Essie drawer, found an untried called Essie Romper Room, and I believe this one came from TJ Maxx, if I'm not mistaken. It is the perfect pinky nude, peachy nude shade for the Nailed It polish. They paired beautifully together. I loved it. I put it on Instagram and everybody's like, that is such a beautiful and delicate manicure. The Nailed It polish is a delicate polish, but it's so unique to where I don't have anything quite like it in my collection, and I knew that I had to get it when I saw it on Polish Pickup. It was too pretty to pass on. This was a gorgeous manicure. The next one is another dark vampy manicure. These are both untrieds. I wore Victorian Varnish Erythrite, which is a beautiful deep berry cream polish, and then I paired it with LA Colors Color Shifting Topper in Nova. This combination knocked my socks off. It was gorgeous. I ended up wearing it for 3 or 4 days. I have on here I wore it for roughly about 3 days, and it was absolutely beautiful. That topper from LA Colors paired beautifully over this dark, beautiful, deep berry base. Absolutely loved it. For the next one, this one I did not like. It was something I tried just to use holographic polishes, and the pairing didn't go well together. I wore Different Dimension Summer Solstice, China Glaze, Talk to You Later, or TTYL, which is from their 2018 flashback collection, and then Cupcake Lounging Around. They didn't go well together, and I knew when I was putting them on I didn't like the combo. The polish from Different Dimensions is too light for my skin tone, another one that I may not be keeping. I just don't like it. And the hollow in the Different Dimensions was totally lackluster. It did not have that beautiful rainbow hollow that the Cupcake and China Glaze polish did. It was disappointing. So with that, plus just the way the pairing was, it just didn't go well, and I was not a fan. The China Glaze polish has a teeny tiny itty bitty little brush, but actually it applied beautifully despite having that small brush. I loved the rainbow effect with this polish. That China Glaze one is this like peachy orange, and it's beautiful, but it just didn't quite go like I thought it was going to. For my next one, I wore Essie's Bikini So Teeny, which is a polish I have not reached for in a long time. And then I pulled a polish from my spring rack from Polish, which is called You Need to Calm Down. It is from their Eris collection. It is like a periwinkle slash purpley polish with color shifting iridescent flakes. And I thought it would pair beautifully with that Essie polish. While it looked okay, the base color in the polish was a little too dark, so it deepened up Bikini So Teeny more than I wanted it to, and I'm like, well, it is what it is, let's just leave it on for a little bit. So the pairing didn't work 100% like I wanted it to, but it was okay. You know, I wasn't a fan, but so anyway, the next one is, let's see, I wore Monarch Lacquer's, no, wait a minute, it's not Monarch, it is, actually this is the last manicure I wore. I can't read my own writing. So this is the last manicure I wore. I wore Hearts and Promises, 50 More to Go, which was part of her birthday trio, and then Cuccio Color Private Eye. These polishes are gorgeous. They're absolutely stunning. I did have to apply 3 coats of the Hearts and Promises polish. It does dry down to a matte finish, but it is a beautiful purpley pink, it's like a magenta base, honestly, that has the most beautiful blue glowy flakes in it. I loved it. I tried to do like a duo combo with these polishes, and it worked beautifully together. The Cuccio polish was a straight up one-coater. It was absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, I did have to take it off a lot quicker than I had planned because I needed to get some swatching done, but it was beautiful nonetheless. I will list the top coats that I used. Those will be down below. The base coat I use is always Rejuvicoat from Dury Cosmetics. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your top pick was for the month of April and how you did on your manicure count for the month. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you be part of the channel. That is it for now, and we'll see you later.